Much for having all this together. I see you already shooting a lot of content. Just how happy are you, first off, with the turnout, the support that's come together here for the Sevens football?
I mean, it's great coming into this room, looking at all these cameras over here, having partners sitting here joining us, having our main partner over here sitting up on stage. It's a happy day, and knowing that all of this is pushing football forward in the country, couldn't be happier.
Melissa, I want to turn to you first because you were the title sponsor. You are a big reason why this is all happening. Can you tell us a bit, first and foremost, about the partnership, why to support this, and of course, how this is in line with everything AIA does?
Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I am so excited to be here today. At AIA, we actually are big fans of football. In the 18 markets we operate in across Asia, we are a principal partner of the, we're not really going to talk about it, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So we've been partnered with them for a number of years now across our Pan-Asian footprint. And we are so excited to have the opportunity to, in the Philippines, work with the Sevens group. We've been working with Anton and his team since 2019, so it's been about 5 years now. And it's quite great to see how football has grown in the Philippines. While it's not really the #1 most popular sport among Filipinos, it's good to see how over the past few years, as the Philippine team has actually become more present in the international stage, the interest, the participation has grown locally, and we're really, really excited to be part of that growth, to be part of growing a sport that gives Filipinos the opportunity to shine, not just locally, but also internationally. And I think most importantly for us, our purpose is about helping people live healthier, longer, better lives, and what's better to be more active than to participate in a team sport like football.
Thank you very much. And Ethan, with that in mind, of course, a Sevens Super League in the Philippines. Could you first give us the initial idea how this all started in terms of getting the wheels turning for this particular league?
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for that question, Pao. So, as Melissa did mention, we've been working together with AIA since 2018, 2019. It started off with Anton just inviting a couple of his friends, and they were doing pickup games and just amongst friends, and then the pandemic happened, and then just, as people started getting more understanding how
Sure. I mean, when it comes down to what we want to do here, it's pretty much create a pathway, right? And when we saw the community that we had in McKinley Hill Stadium and how we started growing across the country from what was 8 teams in McKinley Hill in 2018, now we've executed in 18 different cities with over 700 teams across the country. Nobody, not even us, knew there was that much football going on here. And for us, we believe that there needs to be an outlet for all of these players to be able to actually feel like they could live a dream. They could actually see it be a professional sport, right? So this is where the Super League comes into play, because with that, they now have an end goal to try and sort of become, right? They need to now want to represent their city, which means that they can be professionals in their city. And if they could feel that, and if they could believe that, then they are going to have a better future in the country for football.
Anton, you touched on a lot of words that I want to ask you about. You mentioned professional, you mentioned the opportunities, and that actually is in line with what you guys are pushing in terms of joy. In fact, you turned joy into an acronym, and could you explain that a bit for us here?
I mean, it's our main driver. I thank God for everything, right? I feel like He put me on this path to be able to create this, right? And when we look at that and we say joy, we look at the overall ecosystem on all of the jobs that we're creating here, right? Everything that happens in 11-a-side football now has to be recreated in 7-a-side football. From coaches, to players, physios, kidmen, everything. So you imagine all of those jobs that would be recreated right? We're not reinventing the wheel here, it's already happening. Then we look at the opportunity, right? Opportunity for my old ass, right? To come out and play again, right? I mean, I'm 42 years old and I can step out onto a 7-a-side field, but I can't very much do that on an 11-a-side field professionally anymore, you know? And then lastly is the youth, right? We now have a platform to have the youth dream to be professionals again. So that's our joy, right?
Ethan, you talk about going to different cities. In fact, different cities will be represented in this Super League. Can you tell us a bit about that concept, having city-based teams representing certain areas? Because you have areas as far as Sinaloa, which is quite a bit of travel as well from Metro Manila, going up against teams from Muntinlupa, Parañaque, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so how we came up with the selection for the cities and the venues. We actually started with our partners. We started with our partners, and then who they had the contacts in the cities that they were actually from. So, like for instance, Yael, he was saying that some of his roots were from Pampanga, and then his wife Peril was from Laguna as well. So and so on and so forth. And then that's pretty much how we got. And then the LGUs, we did reach out to the LGUs out there, and they've been very supportive. Very thankful to God for that. Like they've been helping us out with the venues, coming up to helping us build the community, which is pretty much what we really, this is the end goal out here. You know, trying to make the sport of football grow up here. Just creating that platform for the kids out there. You know, I grew up here, and we all know basketball is the main sport. So we haven't really had that homegrown story of a player making it internationally, like a Manny Pacquiao story. So we're hoping with the 7th football league out here and the cities that are involved, we can find that one homegrown player that can make it out there.
Well, Anton a while ago mentioned a lot of cities, a lot of reach for sevens, even before the AIA 7 Super League. And Melissa, I just want to ask again, because the thrust is to healthier, longer, better lives. And your support for them has been consistent, has been a long partnership. Just why continue to support here for the Super League and, of course, Anton and his group?
So one of the things we believe at AIA is empowering people so that we can grab opportunities and grow. And the story of Sevens growing from the Sevens Football League to now also having the Super League, I think is a testament to that type of behavior as well, and is very much aligned with our values as a company. Seeing how their team has grown, how the reach of the leagues has grown across the country to touch so many different cities. We are grateful actually to have a partner that allows us this platform to empower people also and allow them to have opportunities for growth as well. Together with Anton and the various leagues that we have had the opportunity to support through the 5 years that we've been working with the Sevens. So very, very much aligned, I think, with us from a values perspective. And I'm just going to go back to the purpose. When we talk about helping people live healthier lives, we think of health across many different areas. It's not just about physical health. We also now have started talking about mental health. We start talking about the health of our community and the nature of football as a team sport and as a sport that actually takes a village, right? You have your players, you have your coaches, you have the players' families, their supporters. So it builds a community of people. And I think when we talk about more holistic health, participating in activities like this and giving communities the ability to participate in sports like football really aligns with our purpose as well. And that's it comes back to that for us at AIA, and that's why we're still here.
Absolutely, and again, congratulations on the partnership and the continued partnership. And Anton, now I'm going to ask you the difficult questions here, in the sense that it might get a little technical in terms of the football involved. But the fun part is that a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers have come out in support by being team owners, some of them being players. A friend of mine sitting in the front row, it will be playing apparently, and I haven't played, seen him play, and now I think I can play too. But Anton, you take a look at the amount of support from more mainstream celebrities coming into the AIA 7 Super League. Just what is the thinking when it comes to that? And of course, what will they be doing in terms of this league?
You know, with the sevens, we look at things in a very modern aspect, right? We look at sport, music, fashion. It's all a blend of cultures, right? All of these cultures work off of each other, you know. The sports side, we are very influenced from the music side. Before we play our games, before we get out on the field, they are actually what's in our heads and getting us motivated to go out there and play, to win games, right? From the fashion side, one of the mottos is, you look good, you play good, you know? So you actually go out there and feel more confident. So all of this comes in full circle. And this is where, out here in the Philippines, you know, it's a good group and circle of network or friends, right, amongst all of us. And being able to pick up our phone and say, hey, Sponge Cola, we'd love to have you guys be part of this ride with us. Because you guys have done so amazing in your industry, in what you guys have done. Now let's get your, I guess, fan base and your community to now support football. And let's all work off of each other. And if we start doing that, I really believe that we'll be able to push football here in the country to where it really can be, you know?
Well, yeah.